This absolutely blew my mind. I think it's crazy that in research for this, I could not find not one other video that breaks down what you can actually use human design for. So I got you, and in this video, I'm going to break down the 7 ways that you can utilize human design to uplevel your life, your business, and all of the different areas that you can use energetic authenticity and the human design system to support you to gain knowledge and alignment and have a more fulfilling, successful life. Let's dig deep. If you're new here, my name is Maika Gabriela and I'm a human design leader, a deconditioning expert, and the founder of the transformational human design certification. It is now open for enrollment only for a couple of days. This is the last time of the year that you will be able to join me to embark on this incredible journey, not only to earn a high income skill, but really have an incredible personal transformative experience that will create a life so much better than anything you have ever dreamed of. Click the link below to either book your call with somebody on my team to discuss where you are right now and if we are the right people to help and support you to where you want to get, or purchase directly through cards and join the transformational human design certification now. And I can't wait to see you in the live session. Welcome to the Human Design Portal, your safe space to decondition so that you can align with the right people, opportunities, and chances. And I have supported thousands of people so they can use human design to expand and uplevel their life. In this video, I'm going to break down the 7 tangible ways and incredible magical ways that you can use human design to really inspire and energize and break through in all of these magical different areas of your life that nobody speaks about. So let's get into it. Number 1. So this is going to be the most obvious one, but I still want to just make you aware of that human design is a tool for you to get to know yourself better. That is the number 1, I feel like, most obvious attribute of understanding your human design or learning about human design in general, being able to understand the body graph. Because what it does, it's creating this energetic roadmap of your authentic self. And so through human design, you will get in touch with your energetic purpose, which right now is so important because we have access to everything in the world. Like if you want to learn something, you can go on the internet and you will be able to figure it out. But if you do not understand your own energetic authenticity, you can get conditioned into doing things this one way that actually doesn't work for you at all. So human design allows you to really have tools that allow you to connect to yourself. And this is one of the most important things that I want to, just put out there. Human design is not a system that is telling you what to do. Human design is a system that allows you to understand yourself better so that you have access and trust within your own system, within your inbuilt intuition, so that you can connect deeper with yourself. It will allow you to understand your gifts, your purpose, who you've come to be in this lifetime, how to better learn, what the obstacles are, why you're getting sick in the areas, your karmic life lessons. The list goes on all of the amazing things that human design has information on to understand yourself better, start your spiritual awakening, start your deconditioning process. And the deconditioning process is actually that process of understanding who you are authentically versus what has been conditioned, what has been put on you. So it is really all about slowly peeling those layers of the onion and getting to the core of your authentic self. And this process is something that can get, pushed through human design because we have the cellular activation. And the cellular activation is that through an oral transmission, so the more you watch my videos, the better, but through an oral transmission, the human design words hold a certain frequency that will awaken your dormant DNA so that you actually start awakening to your true authentic self. And so we start understanding how much is actually my energetic imprint, my energetic authenticity, and how much is society, my environment, and what my caretakers put on me. And starting to really remove everything that doesn't belong to you, starting to empty out the energetics that you have been holding on to, that are feeling heavy on you, that actually are not part of who you've come to be and who you are, is one of the beautiful ways human design helps us to really find our spiritual path and back to our whole, authentic, fulfilled self. The second way that human design will support you is in the aspect of business and understanding your leadership type. And so this is incredibly interesting because, again, we purchase or buy or study, a very expensive university business degree, or, we invest in business coaches, and they're giving us the roadmap of what works. And then we do it and we're like, wait, I just paid, somewhere between 2 and 50K. And I'm not seeing results. And that is because it doesn't matter what strategy we're implementing in life. If we're not moving from energetic authenticity, we will encounter resistance. And so business, which leads to making monetary gain, money is such an important thing in our life because it provides safety and security. And that is such an important need in the humankind, in our human condition. And so understanding how human design can help you become successful, can help you gain authenticity, can help you position yourself in, that one place that will allow you to shine in the masses. It is really the tool that will allow you to understand better how you're meant to make business. What are the steps you have to take to become magnetic? How you're best inclined to make money? How you're best inclined to find clients, to, make sales, like all of the things that you will learn in business, you can filter them through the lens of human design. And so once you understand how to utilize your human design for your own interest and the interest of expanding your business or your capacity at work, how to excel in your job, these are all things that you learn through understanding how to read the Human Design Bodygraph. So leadership, purpose, how to make money, how to activate sales, those are all really important parts in understanding your dynamic with business and work through human design. A third aspect for which you can use human design is health, diet, and nutrition. So this is incredibly fascinating because in human design, not only do we have a specific way of eating for each of the 5 energy types, and when we're talking about digestion and we're talking about health, it is not only about understanding how to take in food, but it's also how we take in information. And so if you are a nutritionist or you're somebody who is, in the wellness space, we can look at the 5 ways of eating for each energy type. But within that, the human design system has the primary health system. And the primary health system is understanding what environment we need to be in, how our body is meant to move, what kind of food we're meant to be eating. There are 12 different ways of eating and digestion types within the human design system. So we can create a very tailored to the person experience that will help them utilize food in the bestest way for their body and their system to become clean, clear, and efficient and healthy. And then we also have environment, and environment can also be useful if you are, working with architecture. We actually have a student in our transformational human design certification who is applying human design to spaces. We also have a bunch of nutritionists who are using human design to support their clients with nutrition. But environment is quite interesting because it can be used in so many ways. It can be used for your own personal gain, to be in a space that empowers you, but it's also a beautiful way to bring in wellness, right? What are the spaces that people feel comfortable in? If you're creating a spa, if you're, have a yoga studio, there's so many ways that you can utilize the human design information to create a tailored experience that supports your clients individually, that is absolutely nuanced in a way that I haven't seen it in other systems. So the primary health system, the digestive system, nutrition, these are all aspects that human design has an extensive informational library on that can be utilized for you to support the people in your life better, or to actually understand your own nutrition and wellness journey better. The fourth way that you can utilize human design is to raise and educate your children with more awareness. So this is something that was very nourishing to me, especially when my daughter was born, when she was a baby, because there's so many struggles around food and sleeping, that human design gives a really in-depth understanding of why our children are reacting the way they're reacting, why they're behaving the way that they're behaving. And it gives us the tools to really see our child from a new perspective. It gives us that separation that instead of being personally triggered, we can see who our child is energetically and support it. And I by no means, and my mother was constantly, talking about, I'm not a person actually. Human design is my job. And so here I talk about it because I want to provide value and I want to give you the most insight because it has supported my own life in such an incredible way that I want you to have the same kind of, toolkit. So it's not something that I'm like obsessed with using with my child, but I've seen what incredible impact it has had in my relationship with my daughter, understanding her energy type, understanding her digestive type, understanding why she acts the way she acts and what tools I can give her to continue to have an authentic experience. So what it helps us is to really differentiate and not project our beliefs, our life experience, our way of doing onto our children. So I'm a projector, for example, and I need to wait for the invitation. If my life experience is like I never achieve anything by initiating, that would be a very detrimental kind of knowledge to pass on to my daughter, who is a manifester, who will only achieve things through achieving. So I allow her to be her authentic self, and she's incredibly independent, and she goes and talks to anybody, and she's open, and she's direct, and she initiates constantly with all of the places and all of the people that she meets. Whilst I'm completely opposite. I'm always reserved. I'm always a step back. I always allow people to come to me. And so understanding the differentiation between us and parents and our children is incredible. I think also I talked about this with the kindergarten teacher of my daughter. She was about to try to get human design into the school, which would have been incredible. But that didn't end up working out. But for teachers to understand what energy type the children are that they're taken care of, I think would be such a mind-blowing experience. We actually have teachers also in our training. I mean, honestly, we have everything in our training. But we have teachers in our training who are trying to understand the human design system to be able to support the children that they're taking care of better, because we will see different patterns. We will also see different kind of like pain points for each child. Why a projector child has so much energy or has aspect of, hyperactivity, because it's surrounded by so many sacral beings that they're just taking in their energy and amplifying and amplifying and amplifying and have no way of regulating. So there's a lot of nuance that we can get into when we look at children using the human design system to really help them maintain a sense of authenticity so that they don't have to go mass through life. So that they don't have to do the work that most of us adults are now having to do after years of being conditioned by society and our caretakers. So that we can allow them the space to really evolve in their natural habitat without our projections, without our fears, and actually just giving them the tools to be their most aligned, energetic, authentic self. Another really common way that the students of the Transformational Human Design Certification use the information that they now have gained is my number 5, and that is using human design for coaches or psychologists, psychiatrists, anybody who is here to understand another human being. So a lot of coaches, a lot of people in position of guiding others come to a point where they don't understand why the systems they got taught are not really supporting their clients. And that is because, again, we cannot use these systems that work for the individual person. All of us have such a unique way of learning, such a unique way of understanding life, such a unique way of moving through it. The lessons that we've come to learn in this lifetime, they're all tailored to our soul's experience. And human design has this roadmap through understanding the body graph that allows us to really dig deep into fine-tuning what the differences are between each and every one of us. And so one of the ways that people have used human design the most is actually to create a more tailored, a more in-depth understanding of their clients so that they can actually guide them better. And it's incredible because now I sit down with people and they talk about their life and I already know what their body graph looks like. I already know what their design is. I already know what energy type there is. I can see the different gifts and the different struggles that they're going to have in their body graph just by them talking, because I so am able to see their personal experience with the body graph like kind of overlapping. So if you are a coach, if you are a therapist, if you're a psychologist and you are looking for a tool that will actually help you understand your client better than they understand themselves, and you want to have a kind of like a x-ray of what's going on with them before even knowing them or behind what they're telling you, because as somebody who's going to therapy, I know there's what I say and then there's this whole other program that's running in the background. So if you're interested in understanding your clients better, if you want to have a deep energetic understanding of blocks and challenges and karmic lessons and just like ways of dealing with life on a very deep level, then I recommend that you start looking into human design and using the Human Design Bodygraph as a roadmap to guide you to really be able to support your clients better so that you can get better results, so that your experience also is one of more confidence as a coach, so that you have a bigger toolkit from which to pull on when you're finding yourself stuck with your client in their progress. Human design and understanding someone's body graph is an absolute incredible tool for you to have anytime at hand to move forward with more ease, flow, and a deeper understanding, compassion, and empathy. Number 6 might be a little bit surprising, but human design is really getting into tech, startup, Silicon Valley, and even the BPA bank in Eastern Europe is using human design to recruit people. So if you are head of HR, if you're trying to hire a team, if you're trying to figure out if the person matches the position that you have to offer, if you want to start looking at your team building system from an energetic perspective, if you want to optimize everyone's talent and everyone's gift, understanding people's human design is going to absolutely blow your mind. We have seen articles in Forbes be released on how they use human design in startups and in Silicon Valley to maximize the potential. We have heard stories that really headhunters and people who are hiring specific people are using human design to assess if that person is going to be the right person for the position. So if you're somebody who's interested in understanding your office dynamic better, if you're somebody who's just starting out with a business and you want to really make sure you have the most efficient, best high endurance, totally psyched team, using human design to hire people is one of those things that often gets, pushed to the side because it feels a bit weird to ask people for their birth information. But if you are somebody who believes in the new paradigm, if you're somebody who's seen human design have a big effect on you, understanding the potential of other people is incredible. I've helped one of my clients go from a 6-figure business to a 7-figure business because I did a personalized human design analysis of his team and did readings for everybody in important positions on his team, and it was one of the key pieces that helped him and his business really up level to the next level. And that next level, 7 figures is 7 big figures, ladies and gentlemen. I wouldn't miss out on that opportunity. So bringing that awareness, they say millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires use astrology. So it is the same with human design. Only those that are really open to new experiences, only those that are visionaries, only those that can actually see the change that we're about to embark, that have been watching what's been happening since the big portal of COVID and everything that has transpired since then in the workplace, understand what an incredible tool human design is to maximize effort, to deeply understand people, and use everybody's highest interest to create a very successful business for themselves and make that business run immaculately. Last but not least, the 7th way that you can utilize human design is to use it to empower you to have the most beautiful romantic relationship. So you can read compatibility in your romantic dynamics through human design, and you can actually create a human design that works together so that you can see and read into the connections of each. And you actually have access to that body graph for free when you join our members area, the Upraising Club. But to understand this deeper, this is actually one of the things that I love most in an entertaining way. After having dinner with my girlfriends, we'll be looking at the new situationship, put in their birth information and see the compatibility and look at the drama and what's going on. And oh my God. And it's always super exciting. But I think if you're somebody who's working with attachment, if you're an attachment coach, if you're somebody who's helping people, heal from heartbreak, or is interested in understanding romantic relationships dynamic, like a relationship therapist or coach, seeing what are the things that could transpire on an energetic level is an incredible tool to have at hand, again, because it is so personalized, it is so unique, and it gives you perspective that you might not have access just from listening and watching the interactions. And so if you're just somebody who's curious to understand your own relationship dynamic, or you've been struggling with dating and your romantic relationships, looking at your human design chart, looking at the person that you're interested in, and their chart can really give clarity and it also allows to have this communication that is kind of like third party. So the success stories that I've seen in my own business while offering the service of human design reading compatibility has been really interesting, because the couples that I've assessed have had this incredible, experience in communicating in a way that is non-threatening. Because instead of having to say like, oh, listen, I feel uncomfortable with this thing, or I have this need, which is always so much harder to express, they can actually use the third party being human design and being like, listen, my Sacral Center really desires this and this, or my defined ego feels this, or my open root feels a lot of pressure from you. And so, or pressure from your defined root. So it's never pointing at the other person, but having this language that holds the key to having a non-threatening communication that can really express people's needs without it getting triggering. And it's been one of the most beautiful and most fulfilling things that I've seen human design be used to, because it creates such a beautiful connection and encounter with, a person that we love, a person we're making an effort, a person we want to share our life with. And that is no small feat. So these are the 7 ways that you can utilize the human design information to empower you in your life, to take advantage of, to up-level your life experience. If you're using human design for other things, please let me know in the comments below. I'm so fascinated to see all the creative ways that you are using human design to help you excel in life. Right now, we've just launched our new free member area called the Uprising Club. So go join so that you can have access to amazing human design free goodies curated just for you. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. It just warms my heart to see this community grow. If you have any questions, please leave them below. If you want to suggest new content for me to create, please do that as well. You guys know that I love to answer you and chat with you and get into the nitty-gritty in the comments. So if this video was useful for you and you think it could be helpful for somebody else, please share it, tag me in your stories. It means the world to me that you're seeing value in what I'm putting out there. And remember, I don't care what anybody says, I love you.